Why do I get the feeling that no matter what I say, they're going to stone me for this one? Welcome everyone to Was It Good? My name is Bob, and tonight I got to check out the new film by Matt Walsh, Am I Racist?
Well, I guess if you're really asking.
Don't answer that. We'll actually let the audience make up their own mind. Now, to be honest, this is a film I was very hesitant to review.
What's wrong, dude? You yellow?
Not really, but I do understand that it is a hot topic. Now, as far as this review goes, I am going to try to limit spoilers to what is only in the trailer, but I do want to give you a warning that there could be some minor spoilers on this one, so you have been warned. Also, I am going to do my best to keep my own political bias out of it, simply because I do think this is the type of film that, depending on where you align with politically, that's going to influence how you view the film. So I'm going to do my best to keep my own bias out of it. Now, if you've seen the film, I'd like to know what you thought about it. Why don't you go ahead and share your comments in the comment section below? Let me know what you thought. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think Matt Walsh is a jerk? Do you like his sense of humor? Do you think the film was informative? I'd really like to know what you thought of, regardless of where you stand. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. Daily Wire host, filmmaker, and political commentator Matt Walsh transforms himself into a certified diversity, equity, and inclusion expert, only to uncover a world where profit and not principle drives the agenda. For those who don't know who Matt Walsh is, I want to say that he has no problems dipping his toes into controversy. He always seems to make a lot of people happy and upset a lot of others.
You really piss me off.
So regardless of people's feelings on him, the question is the film any good? First off, I gotta say that this movie is actually pretty funny. There are a few moments in this where I literally laughed out loud. If I had to describe this movie, this is basically the Daily Wire's version of Borat.
You want to have a drink? You can't drink that while you're driving. It's
Why
against,
not?
It's against the law.
And the reason I say it's like Borat is because Matt Walsh is basically trolling everybody. He's basically playing a character. Yes, it's himself, but he's playing a character who's on a self-discovery, a type of DEI self-discovery to answer the question, is he racist? And as he's going on this journey, he ends up becoming this DEI certified instructor. He speaks to different experts. He goes to different bookstores where they sell the materials, and he goes to different seminars. And so as he's going through this journey that he's on, he puts himself into very awkward situations, some of which are very funny. And some of the things that he does to push the boundaries just literally made me laugh out loud. One example is he goes to this particular DEI seminar and they recognize who he is. Now, this isn't a spoiler because this is in the trailer, but when they recognize who he is, you can tell they're very uncomfortable and they just want to leap at him.
Monster!
And ultimately, what he ends up taking away from that is that he needs a better disguise. And so he spends the rest of the film dressed up as this character, and he's going on this discovery. And again, he's going to all these different awkward places and situations that he puts himself in. And it's actually quite funny. Another highlight of the film is when he is a DEI certified instructor and he's actually teaching his own workshop. What he asks his class to do is absolutely hilarious. It literally made me laugh out loud. I just thought that was really good. And like I said, he is quite funny in this. Now, as far as the film itself goes, I think it is a very well put together film. For it being a Daily Wire project, and I believe this is really their first project that they've put out themselves into theaters, it's a well put together film. I didn't see really any problems with the edits or the music or anything like that. Overall, it's well put together, and you could tell that they put some effort behind this one. So I got to give them a lot of credit for that. Now, I got to admit that even though I laughed out loud, there are several parts where I thought that Matt Walsh was just being a butthead.
Who you calling butthead? Butthead.
And the reason I say that is because there are times I think he pushes the boundary a little bit too far. And because he pushes it so far, I don't know if the message that he's trying to get across really comes out in those particular scenes. I just think that sometimes he comes off a little bit too mean-spirited, not through most of it, because I do think that he's able to successfully get off his point of view that this is very absurd and that there's an agenda behind it. But I do think that the message gets lost sometimes in the comedy because he's pushing the boundaries so far that I don't think that message is going to come across to everybody. And to be honest, because he pushes those boundaries, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to hate this film. Now, in all fairness, they probably were going to hate it anyway because they probably already hate Matt Walsh, but I did want to go ahead and point that out. So what did I think? Was it good? To be honest, I thought this was a very entertaining film. I laughed through a good portion of it. There were points where I laughed really out loud. I thought that it was well put together, and Matt Walsh did a great job with this. He was very funny, and I like the situations that he put himself into. Now, like I said, I don't think that the message is going to get across to everybody because I do think he pushes the boundaries a little too far, and I think the message at times gets lost. But as a whole, I really enjoyed this film for the most part. It's well put together. Now, there are going to be people that are really going to hate this, but there are going to be those that are going to absolutely love it. And I think this is a film that's going to play well to its target audience. Now, if you're still watching this long, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.